In the summertime of the year, when that water gets warmer, bass love this thing. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're fishing 20 foot deep or 2 foot deep. I have caught a ton of fish on it. So I sort of want to give you guys some tips and advice on setting it up and how to rig it and how to modify it a little bit actually in today's episode. Okay guys, now here's my favorite way to rig it as far as terms of when I'm fishing a little bit deeper water. So if I'm fishing deeper water, you know, say I'm fishing ledges or out off a point, you know, fishing a brush pile on some point or a deeper grass bed, really anything deeper than about probably, you know, 8 or 10 foot, I use the full-size worm just like this. And I rig it with a 3/0, this is the Gamakatsu G-Finesse nano-coated worm hook. And also guys, I'll link all of this, the worm and all the components we're talking about in my Tackle Warehouse link in the description of this video if you guys would like to get set up with this. Full-size worm like this. And most of the time I'm using a 5/16 ounce slip sinker. Tungsten slip sinker here, 5/16 of an ounce when I've got fishing a little bit deeper water. I just really like the way the bait falls with a 5/16 because it falls pretty quick, but then again, it doesn't fall too fast. The tail slows it down a little bit. That 5/16 is really good unless you're fishing like deep water where it's really windy. If it's really windy, you may have to go up to like a 3/8 or something. And then of course, the way I like to rig it with this straight shank hook is I come through and a lot of times I'll just leave the point sticking out if it's not real, you know, snaggy. But if it's snaggy, I'll just, you know, put it, just the tip, just barely back in it like that. So we've got the setup in this sense here. Now, if I'm fishing shallow cover, say I'm pitching and flipping around docks or shallow wood or, you know, cattails or reeds or lily pads or something like that, for whatever reason, they want the bait a little bit shorter. So I'll come in and I'll pinch it off right there above the egg sac. Just come in like that. And I'm gonna make it down. It's about a 6-inch worm now at this point. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'll use the same 3/0 hook. And I don't know what it is about it. It's just something that I've, you know, learned from experimentation. But in that shallower water, when you're pitching and flipping in the summertime, they like a little bit smaller worm profile. So that's the setup with that. You know, just a nice little compact 6-inch worm. Guys, I'm telling you right now, this setup right here, when you downsize it like that, that is freaking deadly on shallow cover. It doesn't really matter what type of cover you're fishing. They will bite it, unbelievable. I think it's got to have something to do with the tails. That tail, it displaces some water, it puts out some subtle vibration, and even though it moves water and it slows the bait down, it's subtle, and the fish just really react